To make this model segment more interesting, we'll look at some of the newer engines before we take a look at the rest of the upgraded ones. So let's start with this one. So this is Amy Rose, the steam engine. So she's made from a Percy as usual, like Sonic, Tails, and Shadow. I also thought about making Silver the steam engine using Percy as well. But here's Amy. So I think she's another interesting character from the Sonic games. Now, she's in Sonic X, but I don't know much about her personality because I haven't actually watched any Sonic X episodes. I've only watched like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I haven't even seen any episodes of Sonic Underground, but Spiral Level 11 does not like that show. So, if you guys have watched Sonic X and you know about Amy, do you think you can tell me about her? The only thing I know is that she has a crush on Sonic, but I don't know if they're actually boyfriend and girlfriend. And she might appear in Thomas and Lazy Questing Adventures, which will be an episode called Sonic and Amy. I already mentioned that. So, I still don't know the plot of the episode yet, but I hope to soon. But what do you think of Amy as a Thomas character, and as a steam engine in general? If so, tell me. If you like this, tell me in the comments below. Just state your opinion. And her face is actually lady's face, but with Amy's eyes and mouth. Same thing with Tails and Sonic. And this is more of a determined expression. I was originally going for a normal smiling expression, but this looks good nonetheless. And it would be nice to see her in the possibly, most likely, Sonic sequel, along with Knuckles, to make it action-packed. So, now let's take a look at Golden Thomas here. I forgot this was another upgrade engine, but he was gone for a few weeks because I made my old Gold Thomas into Mario. But I have a new Golden Thomas here, and this is actually based off of the Wooden Railway Gold Thomas. Like, originally the Gold Thomas that was old didn't have this color face. It was a normal gray Thomas face. But this is based off the Wooden Railway custom of the Gold Thomas, which I think I might have had from my childhood when I was 4 or 5. But
is it spray painted?
Yeah. I still do remember having Big City Engine. Like, he was a pretty old engine. And a Out of Puff Thomas. But here's Gold Thomas. So this might bring back some nostalgia for me. Number 3. Let's look at this engine. Now, this is another OC who is another YouTuber. And this engine is Diecast Engines. His real name is Theo, but his YouTube channel's name is Diecast Engines. And I have subscribed to him. Like, Diecast Engines, if you don't know, is a YouTuber who collects capsule Playrail Thomas toys. And he has a few Bachmann trains, which I like.
Is that
and, no, I think it's actually based off of a cat's face.
Oh, cute.
With blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And Diecast Engines is a friend of Trainboy 17's, so that's why he himself is in Trainboy 17's videos. Like, Trainboy 17 has made a custom take-along Diecast Engines, as well as a push-along Diecast Engines, but it would be nice if he made a Trackmaster version, but that's just me. But what do you think of Diecast Engines? So he was made from my old Bertram model, because I'm gonna make a new Bertram to replace this one. Because Bertram, the old warrior, is actually Duke's model, but with Smudger's face. So I thought about making Bertram 3 printed along with Duke. But here's Diecast Engines. He's another good OC that himself made up. So, what do you think of Diecast Engines again? Tell me in the comments. Now let's take a look at Cruella here. So she's an OC made by Devious Diesel, and she's actually supposed to have evil eyebrows, but I decided to leave those off. So what I plan to do for Cruella is she's going to appear in my stories of Thomas Lay's Questing Adventures. She will be evil, but I thought about making her reform like some other villains I mentioned. But I'm wondering how many episodes Cruella should be evil for before she actually reforms. If you guys would like to give me suggestions for story ideas for Cruella, tell me in the comments section. But what do you think of her as a wood engine? The E2 family does have Cruella, but just her front portion. I don't know if he has the Flying Scotsman's tender yet, but I do hope he does if he doesn't. But Cruella's tender is black with number 101. It's actually white with black lining in the number 101 in black. So, I think this is a pretty good custom here I made. She looks kind of like Natalia over there, because she's made from a Thomas Wood Henry and it has a Wood Emily face, which is pretty cool. They look so similar, I'm not gonna lie. Now let's look at number 5 here. So this is Tori, the blue TSFC number 4 member. And she has Blossom's face, who is a private OC.
I like that color.
And I do really like Tori here. She's Eagle's girlfriend, actually. And this is another one of my favorite OCs made by the E2 family.
Here, take the engine.
So, she has blue wheels, like her paint job. And she's actually the same shade of blue as Natalia, which I do believe the E2 family has. I'm guessing she's made from a Wood Henry like mine, because of the rectangular tenders here.
Yep.
And her tender has NWR, TSFC, and the number 4 is in the middle of the letters, which I'm not sure if you can see because it's very small.
Yep.
But when I first made Tori, she didn't have the number 4. You might have saw her in Thomas Lay's Equestrian Adventures episode 8, Liam and Kane's part 2, but she didn't actually have the number 4 before the E2 family pointed that out. So thank you, E2 family, for pointing that out. Like, I knew Tori was going to be the number 4 TSFC member. So, I don't have Sarah and Sky yet, but I do plan to make Sarah and Sky one day. Now let's take a look at this custom here. So this is a Blue Henry from the Railway series.
Is it the same color paint?
Yeah. It's the same as Tori.
That's my favorite.
And funny enough, Blue Henry looks similar to Natalia here, but they are a few differences. Like,
oh, he has bigger stripes. Let me see the tender.
So Blue Henry is from the Railway series. Like, Henry was originally blue, but now he's painted green, as some of you know from the show. And here's something I don't know what I might do. So I thought about making Henry come to Equestrian episode 7 to live there. So I don't know if Henry should probably get a new blue coat from Rarity, or if he should remain green. Because I don't know how many of you like change, but I thought about making Henry blue in the series. Like, he might get a new coat of paint and become this, like how he did before. Or he might just stay green, I don't know. If you guys think Henry should be blue or green, tell me in the comments. But what do you think of this Blue Henry? I honestly think he looks pretty good as a custom, and this might be one of my best customs of Henry. Now let's take a look at another YouTuber besides Diecast Engines. So this YouTuber is O-Face Productions. So he's black with red lining in the number 77. And he was actually made from Emma's old model, and his old chassis came from my old Nicholas model.
9 minutes.
So, what do you think of O-Face Productions? I think he's another good YouTuber. Like, Diecast Engines has made a Trackmaster custom of himself and O-Face Productions, which I like. So, I think O-Face Productions looks pretty good, and you might see him and Diecast Engines in episode 8, Liam and Cadence. And now let's take a look at Connor here. So, Connor was supposed to be a official wood engine made by Mattel, but they made him into a bare wood engine, and I never actually saw pictures of a fully painted Connor. And he was originally going to be released in 2019, but he was delayed. Don't know if Mattel might have the motivation to sell him. But I made a custom of Connor just to see what he might actually look like if he was fully painted. And he was made from Caitlin. If you're wondering why I made Connor, well, it's because it feels kind of empty, because Connor and Caitlin are kind of like a duo, since they're both fast engines and they're both streamlined. So I thought I'd make Connor because he's pretty good as a character. So if I see Mattel make a fully painted Connor and give him a box photo, I might actually buy the official one. Probably turn this into either Streamlined Emily, Streamlined Thomas, or Shooting Star Gordon. I don't know. So I think we've about run out of time. So we'll look at these engines in part 3. See you then.